What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Ubisoft's Skull and Bones Beta Pirate MMORPG. And we're going to be using the RX 6800 XT and my Ryzen 9 5900X setup to look at it. We're going to be checking out 4K first with all the settings maxed out and see how we do. So speaking of which, let's take a look at the settings. We've set it to borderless 4K, FPS limit is disabled, and then we've essentially maxed out all the settings, running the game at TA8 native, although we will be looking at FSR as well. Let's begin with 4K native first and then continue further down the settings. Okay, so now that we're in the game, we're gonna take a look and see what our performance is like, and we seem to be in the mid 40s to 50. So yeah, it's quite a bit demand in this game. On the 6800 XT seems to be quite a bit behind the 3080 Ti. My 3080 Ti. I don't have a 3080 to test it, but I mean, not a huge difference between the two anyway. But I'm gonna head towards this world event. But anyways, what I want to say is that the 3080 Ti was able to be around 55, maybe even 60 sometimes. I would say mid 50s to 60s. So with the 6800 XT, we seem to be maybe around 10 FPS below that. So I would have to say that it might be a good idea to turn on some FSR. Although, if we're looking at the frame time, that's actually very smooth, 40 something FPS. Totally. Let's try to get into a fight, although I am low on cannonballs and I don't have enough metal to purchase more. So that's interesting. I'm hoping maybe I can find some metal here. But yeah, I think dropping to FSR Quality might be a good idea, which we will try after this battle because there is no way to pause in this game. I mean, it's like an MMO type of game, so obviously. No! Fire! I have to say that I find that woman's voice so freaking annoying. It sounds like a kid screaming, and it's so loud. But anyway, we're trying to board this ship, and this is how you board in this game. It's like a looting sequence, essentially. You take down the ship's health enough, so it's like catching a Pokemon, basically. And then you press a button, and you reel in the enemy ship, and you loot their cargo. So that's kind of how it is. It could have been better, I suppose, but your ship is essentially your avatar in this game. Anyway, let us try some FSR Quality, because 45, 50 FPS, I'd rather us try to hit 60 at the very least. So we'll try some FSR Quality here. We should be able to hit 60, and we seem to be able to do that around 70 FPS. That's pretty good. So 4K FSR Quality with all the settings maxed out with the 6800 XT, totally doable. Absolutely. And frame times are nice and smooth. And just a quick reminder that my 6800 XT is very overclocked. It's 2.7 gig max, 2.6 minimum, and then I have the power limit maxed out, a 1130 millivolt undervolt, I believe, and 2050 fast timings on the memory. Oh shit, they're taking us down. Oh, get out of here. Destroy all enemies to resume plunder. I think I'm gonna get destroyed here. Yeah, I think I need to run. I definitely need to run. Let's loot that. And I got destroyed. So that was it. Jesus. And what the interesting thing is about all this is that I need more metal to craft cannonballs, but I don't really know where to get it, because even though I've put a few hours in this game, I've been pretty much benchmarking GPUs instead of like actually playing and advancing in the story and stuff. I've done a few missions, but that's about it. We're gonna try to go back and loot our remains. hopefully I don't get destroyed. Our ship is damaged, but so I'm not sure if it's a good idea to go back there. There's a bunch of ships over there that'll probably come after me. Maybe. Why don't we try some FSR balance here? So looks like FSR quality, you will be able to get 4K 60 plus experience here, no problem. FSR and DLSS actually work pretty well in this game from what I've seen anyway. So here we go. 6800 XT 4K with FSR set to balance. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that going from FSR quality or DLSS quality to balance, you don't really get like a ton more FPS. I'm not sure why that is, to be honest. Yeah, come on, let's sink this thing. There we go. It is done. Plunder. Okay, so it's like, does that mean we've declared war or something? Interesting. Oh, maybe our, it looks like our faction takes over it. That is interesting. Okay. I don't even know which faction I'm on. So it looks like we have to defend our plunder, if I'm to understand this correctly, because there was like a bar with stages. So it looks like enemy ships keep coming and we have to take them down until the plunder is completed. That's kind of how I understand this. So that's interesting. Nice, we got it. Ship is down. And yeah, it looks like that bar is to be completed, and then you have to fend off each wave of enemy ships. So okay, that's cool. But yeah, I think it might be a good idea if we check out just some 1440p native. I didn't check it out on the previous GPUs because the 3080 Ti was very close to 60 at 4K native anyway. But the 6800 XT seems to be a little bit behind at around 45. So I think it might be a good idea while we're here anyway, just to check out 1440p and see what we get with that. So yeah, let's check out 1440p. Alright guys, so now we're running at 1440p native. And we're almost dead again. Alright, let's board the ship, and I think I have to somehow repair my ship. I don't know how to repair, man. I have no idea. But I am almost dead. But we've almost plundered this. I think we're almost there. There we go. I think we did it. Yeah! A victory! Nice, this is my first victory. But yeah, guys, we are at 1440p native here. Let's look at the visual. So 1440p, and on the graphics we're TAA native, everything maxed out, ray trace global illumination enabled. And I'm gonna attempt to repair. Now we took over this what looks like to be a lumber mill here. I guess they call it a plunder. You take over it. So my faction owns this now, I guess, I suppose. So let's go across the bay so that I can repair my ship. Hopefully this player does not open fire or I'll be done. And he is. Come on, man. I gotta make it to the safe zone. He's coming back around. Uh-oh, that's no good. And again, he's trying to kick me while I'm down. It's a pirates for you, I guess. But yeah, anyway, back to the performance. 1440p, we seem to be well above 60 FPS here. So getting solid performance. As a matter of fact, this is similar performance to the 7900 XT X's, but at 4K native. And I have mentioned this before, that whether it be the 6800 XT or 3080 Ti, they get similar performance to their next gen highest end counterparts that they get at 4K, but these ones get at 1440p, if that makes sense. It's like a rule of thumb I have. Anyway, that's besides the point. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into Saint Anne, which is the most problematic area when it comes to performance. So let's see how that runs. So this is Saint Anne, guys, and I don't know if you've seen any of my previous videos. This area is quite the mess. It's very CPU demanding. That even with, with my 6800 XT, it's still CPU bound. Even with that, you can see it dropping well below 90. I mean, it just dropped to the 60s now. What I'm saying is that this area is extremely CPU demanding for some reason. I'm not really sure why, because it's not like a very big city anyway with a ton of NPCs. I mean, Ubisoft are masters of making huge cities with a lot of NPCs anyway, even on like last generation consoles. So I'm kind of puzzled why this area is so CPU demanding, but I do hope that it is something that they eventually fix when the game comes out. So I will hold judgment until the game actually comes out, and hopefully it will be much better optimized. As a matter of fact, what we can try to do here is, why don't we try throwing on some FSR, because right now we're at 4K native. So let's try that and see if it improves at all. So let's go to FSR and we'll go with FSR Balanced and see if anything changes at all here. Okay, so it did. It's definitely much better now. It's still problematic, but I'm not going to blame the GPU because I can tell that it's CPU limited, and I'm not going to blame the CPU either. It's on the game, obviously. 5900X is a very capable CPU. So yeah, I don't think there's really much more to say with Saint Anne, but I did look at it on all my other videos, so it's only fair that I look at it here as well. And as you can see, we're back down to the 40s and 50s, even with FSR set to balance, which further proves my point that it's a CPU demanding area. Okay, well, yeah, I think that'll be it for this video though, guys. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did like it, give it a like. It helps me out and it helps the channel out, and if you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe if you want. I do appreciate you watching the video regardless, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.